What is up, guys? It's Mason once again, and we continue our long play games. We've had 2 draws in a row so far. Hoping for something better today. If I played as white today, I would have played a different opening, but I'm not really good at black, so I'll just play what I know for black. If you hear some strange sound, it's my keyboard doing its thing. And with this browser, whenever you type or you press a key, it makes a sound. I've been trying to turn it off, but it hasn't been working. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the 2 videos and how you preferred the analysis. I haven't really gotten much comment on that, but so if you could just let me know, I'll know exactly how to structure it. I don't want these videos to be so long. If anything at all, I would make it an hour long, I guess. Because these games on their own take quite some time. 15 plus 10 is a very long time control, but it will help you improve your chess, calculating, learning about positions. It's a very good balance, right? Not too extreme in the sense of like a classical game, like 30 minutes per player, 30-30, 60-30, those kind of things. It's just the right amount of time, especially if you don't have that much like time to study chess. You know, whenever my opponent plays here, sometimes I have to go and check. I think both are fine. I think playing here and playing here are fine. But it feels like with the queen on this square, you might want to put the bishop here. I know it's a little bit allows this to happen, but I think that's what you want to do. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to play this and see where my opponent places his bishop, you know. I want to give him the opportunity to decide the play, and I'm sure you guys really like that game. I think it was the episode 9 where I played the bishop here to force the pawn push and play it back. It was very fun. It was an okay move. So yeah, even though it's not a good idea to it's not a good idea to move the same piece twice. You can see there are some instances where that is fine. I hope my camera is not. Okay, so give me a second. Let me just open my blinds. I was trying to control the light in a different way, but it seems to be not working. So give me a second. Let me just open the blinds. Okay. Looks a bit better. You can't really see the pixelations anymore. I think the move here is here. Because there's this interesting idea with knight coming in this way. Takes is the best response to that. Yeah, you know, it starts like this in the opening and then I mess up. So don't feel like, oh, I'm up on time, so I'm doing better now. Oh, I kind of feel like this might have been a trick or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm just dreaming. Actually, you won't hear that sound because I've muted my desktop audio. I think there was a trick there. Yeah, I think if I took, maybe there was a trick there with, I think, queen takes, sorry, bishop takes or something. There possibly was a trick there, and I don't know. Okay, so pawn takes, knight takes. I calculated this one day. Okay, so pawn takes, knight takes, queen takes, check, king takes, queen takes, I think, or knight takes. Pawn takes, I don't think it's a good idea. Pawn push, knight takes. I mean, I can't play pawn takes, knight takes. The question is, where do I put my queen in that regard? Okay, maybe just here. Yeah, so pawn takes, knight takes, then bring my queen maybe all the way to d8. And that's a fine position. I don't think there's anything confusing about that. All that it allows is it allows my opponent to play bishop here, which is a little bit annoying, but it's fine. Okay, yeah, so this is an annoying position. I don't know if it's correct, but it is an annoying position. So pawn takes, if bishop takes, I think I just like play a move. I could play this, I guess. Bishop takes again, then there. So takes, bishop takes, knight takes. I immediately play into d8. And then if knight takes, this is a normal like position kind of. So I'm looking at takes here first. Knight takes, queen comes in here. If he plays bishop takes, there's a likeness I'll play this move. Actually, no, I still don't think it's correct. Yeah, and the move is here. If knight takes, I think I should play queen takes. I'm not so sure yet. I think queen takes because of the bishop check. Right, because if I play takes and then he can't bishop check, I might have to bring my knight back, which I think is very slow. I don't know if he has like some intermezzo move he can try and play here to kind of stress me out, like knight here. I don't know. In case knight there, can't I just... Nah, I can't. So maybe if he plays like knight here, I would have to block. Yeah. Because then takes is fine. Takes, I can take with my queen and I'm aligned. I think that's a good idea there. So yeah, what I'm saying this a little bit late, but what I want you to take from this video is how I'm going through my thought process during the game much more than the analysis. The analysis might be a little bit simple because I've mentioned so many things of what I was thinking about, and sometimes my opponent plays exactly what I was thinking about. What might come out in the analysis is that the line you calculated was not accurate, right? But how am I coming up with these ideas? What am I looking at to make my decisions? I think that is the meat of what you should be focusing on in this video. I should have said this in the opening, but those of you who waited 7 minutes or 8 minutes to hear this, that's a bonus tip for you. I might see it in the next video, but that's what you should take from these videos. How am I coming up with my ideas? Find out where I went wrong in my planning. So if I make a move and I make a mistake, it sounded reasonable. Maybe as you were listening to me, it sounded reasonable. But as the game went on, something happened somewhere. You could, by yourself, check the lines and find out where exactly I went wrong. So, like for example, here I could go this way. I could even play pawn takes because of the impending like pressure I'm seeing coming here. So in that case, I decided that queen takes is good because it creates this kind of issue for my opponent. I actually did not calculate my opponent playing bishop here, but I think it just allows this move. Actually, no, I don't want to allow my opponent to come in this way. Pawn push doesn't work as well. Yeah, so this would actually have to be the move, but I don't like it. I just realized how bad queen takes is. But I think I would prefer this to allowing this check. I think I would prefer it. But it's something, now this is something we can look at together. Because I did not calculate the bishop coming in here and annoying me. Actually, I'm calculating something very interesting here. Bishop comes in here, attacking my queen, and I bring my bishop in here because now he's pinned. If bishop takes, I have queen takes, forking the rook and the bishop. What is the trick that he can play? Because it looks like what I'm saying makes sense. Because if you bring the rook here, it doesn't work. So you have to save one of them and I take the other. So where is my calculation wrong? But that's what I'm looking at here. Bishop here. Here, there should be something he can play here. Of course, he can't take, but what can he play? What can he play? I can't visualize it. So I might actually go for that line because it seems like I have something here. Queen, no, queen can't defend both of them. Queen has to lose one of them. And I take with a check, which endangers this guy as well. So he has to be very careful what he plays here. And this move, I don't know if it's actually like, yeah, it's a very interesting move. Yeah, so that's the move he played. I'm actually really considering, there's a safe move, but when I look at the safe move, I don't like it. Why? Because, for example, queen here, knight jumps into a4, my queen has to move somewhere, knight takes. I don't like the resulting position. There's too much pressure on my position. My opponent can even decide to castle queenside and start a pawn storm. I don't like the resulting position. And if I want to be safe, I have to castle queenside, and it's still easy for my opponent to shift his attention to the queenside, right? I would have to now make my opponent confirm his location before I can do anything about it. And even with him castling queenside, it already brings problems to my position. So even though it might seem like, okay, just maybe even bringing it here makes sense because you prevent your opponent from castling, I still feel that there's too much pressure here. So I kind of want to force the issue, which may be wrong. And I'm not saying you should do this. Again, this is not a tournament game, so I take the liberty. Right? I want to improve, so I try new things. So in a tournament game, I may not take this kind of risk. But this is not a tournament game, so I'm going to take this kind of risk because I don't know exactly what is going on wrong here. But this, if I'm not confirmed getting the rook or the bishop back, this was just a failed experiment. Right? Because, I mean, if he takes and I take with the fork, the resulting... Like, if he plays bishop here, there's no safeguarding the bishop. I don't know exactly how he saves both. Right? And it's very dangerous because, for example, like, takes, you save the rook, you still get hit with this check, and you have to play a defensive move, which you may not want to play, right? And I feel like I can jump back in the position, right? He's at 1700. So this move is quite interesting. I'm actually quite happy I saw this move because initially when I played queen takes here, I actually just saw queen takes. What I did not want to play was knight takes and then allow this check. I just felt like there was so much that could happen after that. I mean, I've been hit with so many attacks in the Scandinavian. You can get scarred. Like, even when I see a bishop targeting here and my king is still over here, I don't feel safe because I've been hit by many sacrifices that I've lost to. I've lost to this Ghanaian chess player, Jamina, in the Scandinavian like this. I castled, he just sacrificed and then won the game from there. So these kind of positions make me scared. When I see the bishops and the queens, like I just get scared of sacrifices and everything. So I kind of like have to open my eyes and try and figure out like what exactly is going on here. So it's in that experience that makes me think in the line I'm thinking. If you are wondering like how can you conceive that, it's the experience I've received from such positions that make me think in that way. Okay. So a key thing here is the reason I am not going for the safe option. The obvious option is the kind of position I get. I mean, I could also think about like, for example, I could also think about like queen here, but then now my bishop's activity is compromised. I would have to really waste moves. My opponent could again still castle queenside, and my king is in the center. It's so many things my opponent can do. So I have to play a very like immediate something, you know. So when you connect the dots, it begins to make sense. Only he might actually choose to save the... Now, actually saving the bishop does not make any sense. The reason I was considering he might save the bishop here is because he prevents me from castling, which is the problem we've been mentioning for quite some time. Okay. So what did we miss? Now, whatever we missed is what shows itself here. Whatever we missed is what shows itself here. For example, bishop here is just a blunder. Okay. So this is what I missed. Perfect. I did not see this counter. Okay, so how do I deal with this? So after queen takes, rook comes in here. Actually, I think he's going to move the other rook. I actually didn't look at that. He's going to move the other rook. Can I keep this guy defended? No. Like, I can get the pawn back. That's not the issue. But in getting the pawn back, my opponent gets the activity. So, queen takes b4. Let's say rook A, then I can play this. What's the essence of this? If my opponent plays rook takes, I have queen takes. But now you see, and herein lies the problem, because my opponent can now play. Okay, let's say we trade off, then he goes rook here, and my bishop comes back. Now the rook can come in here, and this is a problem for me. If I'm imagining the position well. So takes, I think this rook. Queen comes in here, rook takes, queen takes. Queen takes, bishop takes. Rook comes in here. Okay, I imagine the position a little bit wrongly. I can play bishop here. I can play bishop here and cause a problem for my opponent here. Spoil his structure. But then I play a knight versus bishop endgame. That may not be bad. That may not actually be bad. Actually, I'm a pawn up, right? So I don't even need to like try to win the pawn in the first place. I could just try and play a safety first move. So takes rook and then here. Sorry, and then here. Okay, the same of this position. The reason being that after my opponent takes here, not that I'm going to win the pawn, which I could, but I can simply castle and I can try to get some kind of sanity into my position. I think I may go for that. I do have to watch out for like after queen here, bishop here, you know? Oh, actually, yeah, I could just go this way and then castle. Does that make sense? Because now he has like knight jumps in here, puts pressure here. Okay, I'm castled, so I can play rook here, right? But then my queen is pinned. He can just pile up pressure. Oh my goodness. I still feel like I should be okay, but black is annoying. Oh, I did not look at this. If he plays rook here, I have this. And what's the point? He can't take because he loses his rook. So that means that he might have to use this rook. Why am I so excited? Because then it means I have queen here, which does not do anything. I don't know why I'm excited. It doesn't do anything. So let's say this. I think I'm now more confirmed that it's this move he's going to make. Actually, wait, if I play this, does he have some kind of move like this? No, the knight can't attack me, that's fine. I'm up a pawn. I am up a pawn. If he doesn't play anything like scary instantly, like let's say this, I'll just bring my queen back and castle, right? I think it's, nah, actually still it's bad. I think it's still bad. The impending pressure is still annoying. So maybe I should try and go for the line where the queens are exchanged. I mean, he can ignore it and just go full aggro, you know? Yeah, where I could like counter, which was something I could do, like something drastic I could do. I don't know if this is the best or this is the best. Probably this is the best. Because it still kind of holds this position down. Wait, actually I'm not helping myself if I do that, right? Because if I play queen here, so if he plays rook here, I play queen here. He can play bishop here if I'm not over exaggerating it. And now that my queen has to move, he can easily pile up pressure here. So I don't know. I'm really confused. I'm really conflicted here. I actually don't know which move makes sense. I'm looking at this and this. Yeah, so we saw this move. Yeah, and like I said, I just realized that this doesn't make any sense. So I think I should land on this. Again, this is still stressful because now rook takes bishop here, here, he comes in here. I can't add another defender, which is where the problem comes in. Okay. So the line I originally looked at is like rook takes, queen takes. Because I doubt he's going to do that, but if queen takes, bishop takes, I have the move here, right? Actually, no. I actually have to play here rather. Actually, no, I think I'm losing. I actually now think I'm losing. Maybe the best move was queen to e7 and hibernate. Maybe. I think queen to c3 is wrong. I think queen to c3 is wrong. Yeah, I might have to sacrifice my knight. If I want to have a semblance of a chance, I might have to sacrifice my knight. Actually, I have pawn push here, in which case I still don't get any. What about pawn push? Pawn push, bishop takes with check, king comes in here, rook comes in here, queen comes in here, king comes in there. Oh, she just has check here. So this move doesn't work. You know what I'm now considering, which may just be the only way I can get out of this, is what I said would put me in trouble. And that's castling queenside. But it just seems to solve my momentary problems, which is why I'm considering it. It's just that I really put myself in the line of fire, and I don't like that. Okay. So queen takes. Let's look at this. Queen takes. Takes. Let's just say. Queen takes. He could play this. Takes, rook takes. Then king comes in here. In that case, I'm not safe actually. Rook takes again. I see nothing. I don't see any other thing. I have to trade off. I'm under attack. I have to trade off. Actually, I have to do another. I might delete my earlier. Sometimes I delete my earlier videos when I don't like how I presented everything. So like this Improve Chess series is something I've done long ago. I used to call it climb road to 1600, but I passed 1600. I went all the way to 1796 or something, and I dropped down. But I didn't like the way it went. I don't think I was really teaching much. So yeah. And I've done an original series on the chess checklist, but I want to redo it in a sense, and I want to talk more about planning. I don't think there's any easy way to teach planning in chess. I feel like it's one of the hardest things to teach and explain. But I've been really thinking about it, and I've come up with some ways I feel can help. You know how in chess we give rules at the beginning, like castle within the first 5 to 10 moves, don't double your pawns, don't move the same piece twice, that kind of thing. So I'm trying to kind of create, chess commentary. When you watch chess commentary or you watch chess videos, they don't really plan it, but they say it, right? They say these things that can end up like being rules that you can follow. concerning your chess. So I'm going to try and focus on those things that they say to kind of like create rules for people to use. I'm considering like bishop takes check, rook takes, knight jumps in. I think that's the easiest way to begin for my opponent. But there's also this tricky move of bishop comes in here, because if bishop comes in here, he wants a draw. I don't know if I'm losing, guys. I'm very sorry, but I'm going to accept his draw. I'm going to accept his draw because I think I'm losing. I think I'm losing. Let's see what the engine has to say about this PC, but I think I'm losing. Okay, the engine says black is slightly better, which, I mean, could make sense, but oh, maybe I should. I mean, it's 15 plus 10. Okay, no, it's considered position a little bit more, and now it says it's equal. I sent a message to my opponent that I was feeling unsafe. He's not responding. I think he's left. Yeah, I actually wasn't looking at his time. He's at 1 minute 39 seconds. Maybe I should have just kept the game going on and just win on time. But sincerely speaking, I was very scared, and I really didn't know what to do. I think I should have just continued on. I really think I should have just continued on. But I was very scared of like this here, and I think this was the move. That was one of it. The second thing I was also scared of was this, because I don't think I'm supposed to take. Right? I think if I take, I'm losing. Yeah. Because takes, then the queen comes in, and yeah, there's no way out. There's no way out. So maybe here, if he played this, then the move should be this. In which case, maybe I have to watch out for this. But then I take. Then he plays pawn push, and my queen is already defending. So maybe I was safe, but like, I mean, it doesn't feel safe to me. It doesn't really feel safe to me. But yeah, this move, I think it's wrong. This move, not like bad wrong, but like inaccurate, I think. Because I don't think I've ever seen this being played. The engine is saying that I'm dumb and that I was actually losing in this position, which means I messed up somewhere in the opening and my opponent's counter messed up. Because after takes, knight takes, queen to d8, takes. I just want to see. Yeah, it still thinks my opponent is fine, and I think it's because of the exact same things I was looking at. Because my king is uncastled. I have, like, let's say 2 moves left to castle, and my opponent can, in some way, shape, or form, pile up the pressure on my king, right? And that's, I feel, where the issue comes from. There are so many easy ways for my opponent to pile up pressure. Here I couldn't really see the way forward. Castling queenside could be a start, but here I couldn't really see the way forward for my opponent to like really hammer down on me, right? That's what I was looking at. And this was the only way I felt I could like slow down my opponent, and it seemed to work. So what the engine is saying here is that bishop to c3 was not accurate. It's okay. I don't know what I'm saying now. The engine, I'm just, yeah. But then why does this move then equalize everything on the spot? I don't get it. How does this simple, maybe just have to leave the angel a little bit more, because again the point is quite clear. You can't catch up because you are pinned, and if you take, this is a fork. Like, I didn't really calculate so much, but no matter what you see, you just get into trouble here, right? So that is kind of like what I was looking at here. So where could I have gone wrong in my opinion? Maybe it's playing this move. Maybe it's playing knight here. I don't, like, I really don't see it. Maybe my move order was wrong, because like ideally I could go like bishop here, or maybe just a Scandinavian thing. The engine usually doesn't like the Scandinavian, right? I could possibly go here, which is completely fine. So this I think everything, I personally think everything here is fine regardless of what the engine is saying. And this move I strongly disagree with. when we get to the like game review, we'll be able to see what's going on here. But I don't see how my opponent pressures me here, because after takes, maybe bishop takes is what the engine is going to consider. But after bishop takes, I think I'm just completely fine here, because knight takes, and you really don't have anything that you can do. I really feel like this is completely fine. So I don't really see it. Yeah, so I thought knight takes completely makes sense. Bishop queen goes all the way back. I couldn't find any other good square to put my queen on. So takes here, and like I said, after knight takes, I didn't like this whole thing, right? I didn't like this whole thing, because now if you block, like I said, the pressure is mounted on you. Sorry, not in that way, but the pressure begins to be mounted on you. First of all, you have the knight coming in here. There's pressure on you. There's pressure on your position. There's pressure on you. It's not easy to solve this position. That's kind of what I was looking at here. So yeah, maybe I should have just kept on playing because of my opponent's time. He spent so much time thinking. Queen takes, bishop comes in here. I'm so happy I found this move. Takes, castles, takes. I'm up a pawn here. My opponent plays rook, attacking the queen. This is a very short game, so there's not really much I can talk about. My queen comes in here. Again, I saw this move and I thought, okay, I don't see the point of this. You just kind of like stress yourself. And you open yourself to so many things. So let's say I take here like I was speculating. Actually, my opponent doesn't have to take immediately. He can just switch sides, right? Takes, check. You can say queen blocks, but then you just lose another pawn, sorry. You just lose another pawn. Takes, check. And this is just not what you want, right? Because you get closer, you lose this pawn. You get further. Yeah, you're not castling today. You are not castling any time of the day. Okay, so here's what I'm playing here is wrong, but you get the picture, right? So I didn't really feel safe. Like, I really considered a position and I didn't like what was going on. And takes, knight jumps in, what I was expecting. But it was in this position that my opponent offered a draw. Here, like, most of the problems I had are solved. So I looked at this, pawn push, bishop takes, and then you are instantly met with this move, right? That's where the first problem comes in. The next problem I looked at is like pawn push, which again does not solve any issue for you, right? The next thing I tried to look at was this, and the same issue persists, right? The same issue persists. There's no like easy way for me to have solved this. I could have tried coming here, takes, and then here. Still a problem. The queen has to move somewhere, which still, like, in a way, I feel caused problems for me. But this is actually a much better line. So maybe my opponent doesn't have to capture immediately. He can just increase the pressure first, and then try messing me up. Again, it still says I'm making a mistake here. Maybe because I can't actually castle, so I don't get it. But yeah, that's basically what I'm seeing in this position. Okay, so we are at 33 minutes. Let's go to the game review. 0 mistakes, 0 blunders. Whatchamacallit. Again, I'm very sorry for taking the draw, but I did not feel safe in my position. I also did not look at my opponent's time. I was very much focused on the position. Maybe if I look at his time. I mean, 15 plus 10, I mean... third draw in a row, actually, I did not realize that my opponent was doing very well. Great moves all around. I made one mistake. He had one miss, I guess. And that is what led us into this. So let's look through this. Takes here. Okay, so all this is correct. But this move is slightly inaccurate. Or this move is okay, but it's not the best. So queen comes in here. Oh! It was close to balance, but I'm in a worse position. So what was I supposed to do here? No, sorry. Castle queenside. No, he plays this. Okay, so here best, sorry. Queen back. Oh, okay. Queen back. I don't usually play queen back in this situation. I usually wait a bit before I play queen back, but it seems okay. So I have to take note of that. If my opponent sets up like this, queen back makes sense because you want to keep your position watched over. So this move is actually very good. I played the best response, but this is also not good. By threatening to win the bishop. Oh, so I gave my opponent the opportunity to play this, or maybe even knight here. Interesting. So what was the best way? So now we are seeing where the issues are actually coming from. Interesting. So queen d8 is an inaccuracy. It expected me to play queen to c5 here. Interesting. I still don't like queen to c5. Again, my issue remains to be this. And I kind of don't like it. Okay, then that means I'm guessing that it wants, if knight takes, then you take with the pawn. Or this is still worse. Yeah, takes with the pawn is slightly better. Okay. So I did not see all that. Yeah, bishop b4 is best. I was hoping to be brilliant, but bishop b4 is just best. Yeah, it makes sense. Takes, queen takes, and now castles is very beautiful. Queen takes, rook comes in, queen to c3 is best. Thank goodness I saw that. My opponent is still like winning, and this is the miss. Oh, he should have just played this instantly. Interesting. I still can't castle is the issue. And my opponent can continue to pile up pressure. Oh, and now I castle queenside and everything is gone. So these are just the moves the engine was suggesting would happen afterwards. I still don't feel safe. These light squares are weak. My opponent has a light squared bishop. I just don't feel safe here. Actually, it does look okay. It does look okay a bit. But I still don't feel safe. Interesting. So I kept making a lot of inaccuracies with my decisions here. Now this is where it gets important, because you could see what was my reasoning, but now you see why my reasoning was wrong, what I was not considering. You realize the kind of inaccurate way I was calculating, in the sense that I kept on seeing my opponent's best options, like why my position looked weak and how my opponent could attack it. But when I was calculating the moves I thought were best, I did not really look at the repercussions concerning those things, right, per se. You know, so I think that's where I have to work on my calculation a little bit more. But if I'm proud about any move, it's bishop to b4. I'm just proud about that move. It just, because if my opponent had some strange kind of counter to that move, I would have been like messed up. Yeah, okay. So yeah, this has been a good game. This has been a good game. Again, I really would like to know what you guys think concerning these videos. So let me know in the comment section down below. As always, this is Pen Mason. I stream on twitch.tv/pen_mason. I'd really love you guys to join. Mondays, Tuesdays, and Fridays. Again, the third day is always a confusing one, because Mondays and Tuesdays are when I'm assured, but the rest of the days I'm not so assured. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I really do appreciate your presence here. I will see you in the next video. Have a great one. Peace.